welcome. I thought it might be useful to offer you a short process to really help make the most of this time. So it's the end of summer. It's the beginning of the end. It's not gone. It hasn't gone totally yet for anyone still just relishing and yeah, good if you are relishing these final moments of summer. And of course there'll be more moments to come through autumn as well. The warmth and the light hasn't totally gone. It's not about some sort of sharp change. It's about how we manage the transition. It's about how we really make the most of the transition, because of course life is full of transitions, right? Life is constantly changing. Things are constantly beginning, coming into fruition, ending, and then there's space in between. But a lot of us aren't so great at the endings. We maybe cling on, we don't want things to end. And in the not wanting them to end, often we can either drag them out or we just cut them dead, cut them off. Okay, it's done. You know, you might be like, right, summer's over. I'm going to wear my autumn wardrobe from tomorrow, or however you might express that seasonally. So you might notice your own relationship to endings, whether you, however you relate to them. Just letting that kind of permeate as a question for you. How do you relate to endings? And then specifically with summer, how do you relate to this season and its ending? The passing, the transition, and it is a gradual transition. It's not a changing of the guard. It's a dance. Autumn is the dance between summer and winter, and it's the process where we release and we harvest and we give thanks for everything we've received, everything the earth's given, borne fruit to. So I suggest that we do just a little bit of that in this mini practice today. So if you've got a pen and paper nearby, beautiful. But what we're first going to do is just drop into the body, as always. So you might want to just take a moment, if you can, put your 2 feet flat on the floor. Take a few deep breaths, dropping your attention into your body. And I'm just going to guide you for a few moments to connect to this point in the season, this moment in your life. And by doing so, we can really deepen into and harness the power of this moment. It doesn't have to be just about what is passing, what we will no longer have. It can be about dropping into the moment and harvesting what we have, what we can take with us, retaining what's good. So let's do that together. Taking a few deep breaths. Let your spine sort of unfurl so you grow nice and tall in your seat. Take a couple of sighs. Sighing out, you feel the body move. You move air. Maybe a little stretch, a little bit of movement so that you can then drop into stillness. Inhaling deeply all the way down into the belly. Exhaling slowly and fully. Inhaling deeply all the way down into the belly. Exhaling slowly and fully. Beautiful. Allow your attention to drop down into your body. Down from the busyness of thinking and into your torso. Your belly, the middle of your torso, your core. Your rib cage, your lungs, your heart. Just this whole powerhouse of activity that is your torso, your body. Now call to mind your summer. Maybe thinking all the way back to late spring as summer was on the horizon. May, we had some beautiful warm weather. Just moving through the last couple of months, the beginning of June, the days were longer. Moving into July, eventually into August, all the way through to the end of August. And then scan your mind back again, and stopping at certain points if things jump out. What can you recall just from your mind's eye at the moment, just in this meditative state? You can go back and kind of do this in more detail afterwards, but just from the felt sense, from the memory. Is there a word that you could allow to arise that sums up this summer? Is there a highlight that stands out? A real time of joy? Is there something that you are proud of from this summer? Is there any disappointment? Any unmet expectations? And what are you grateful for? What do you have that if you did not have it, you would wish that you did? What are you grateful for about this summer? It's so easy for us to focus on lack. So this is an invitation to focus on what is and what you do have and what life has given you. You might think about experiences, about people you've met, about the opportunities, the things your body has been able to do, the pleasure you've been able to experience, the resources you've been gifted, you've been able to use. Allowing yourself to connect with gratitude to all the blessings of your life, just as they are. And how do you feel in this moment? Allowing whatever wants to arise to do so. And can you hold that feeling with compassion, allowing yourself to feel just as you feel in this moment? And then perhaps noticing the thought behind that feeling. Is there a judgment? Is there a proclamation you have made about your life that produces this feeling? And then noticing, what is that thought rooted in? Is it rooted in love and appreciation? Or is it rooted in some form of fear? Usually anything critical tends to be rooted in fear. Not necessarily, but it tends to be. So just noticing for yourself as you sit in this moment at the end of summer 2021, noticing how you feel about your life, your one precious, fleeting life. How you feel in this moment, and what is the thought that is creating that feeling? And is that thought rooted in love or fear? And simply noticing, holding it with compassion, whatever arises. There is really no judgment here, no right or wrong. Whatever your experience is simply as it is. We're here to notice and learn, not to judge. Breathing deeply, releasing anything you might want to release, maybe with a sigh. If there's anything stuck or stagnant, anything you choose to release right now, breathe it out. And then connect to your heart. There is an infinite well of love in your heart. Connecting to it there. Opening to it, imagining this infinite well, and it can simply pour forth from within. Breathing into your heart center, allowing yourself to connect to the energy of love in your heart. And allowing it to spread, to flood your body, to flood your torso, your spine, your legs. To flood the front of your body, up your neck, into your head, and into your mind, simply allowing the energy of love to flood into your mind, breathing deeply, allowing this to happen to whatever degree it feels possible, and enjoying it to whatever degree it feels possible. What is available? What thoughts about exactly where you are as you are? What thoughts are available to you in your mind when it is flooded with love? What thoughts do you choose to cultivate about your life right now when they are seeped in love? Thoughts of gratitude, joy, compassion. And if you notice a fearful thought arise, simply allowing it to do so, then can you lovingly release it? Maybe sigh it out of the body and return to a thought that is rooted in love. Beautiful. Choosing a thought that is rooted in love, bring it down into your heart. And choose to infuse your day with this, just today. Choose to bring it into your world today. How might you do that? How might you share this love-filled thought at this point in the season? Beautiful. Maybe energetically send that forward to yourself for the rest of your day. And when you're ready, take a deep breath. Release the practice, open your eyes, gently come back. Beautiful. A little energetic practice there to drop you into the moment. And some further food for thought if you've got your journal or anything you could write on nearby. Just maybe note down what that thought is and that intention that you landed at in this moment. And again, note down what you're grateful for. Just really embedding that, cementing it in. When we drop into the energy of gratitude, it's so powerful. It can be super easy for us to focus on what isn't, on lack and what hasn't manifested. But if we focus on gratitude, it's really powerful. But we can also use any of that sense of lack, that fear. There's information in there about what it is that matters to us. So is there anything that hasn't happened that really matters to you? And is that something that you could do in the remaining quarter of the year? Or is that something you would like to do next summer? And if so, in either case, what might you do to make it happen? What might you do to really ensure that what matters to you comes to pass? And then a final question, and again, closing your eyes if you like. Imagining 12 months from now, imagining the end of summer 2022, how would you like to be feeling as you sit and reflect, express what you're grateful for? How would you like to be feeling in 12 months' time? And what would you like to be grateful for in 12 months' time? What would you like to have had happen? Write some of those down. And put that somewhere, that you can access it on your phone or wherever that might be. And we can return to it in another session. We can return back to that, but just let yourself plant a seed. If you want to do any more work on it at the moment, you might wonder what would need to happen for that to happen. And what would need to be different? What would need to be different next summer for you to have more of what you want? Okay, I could do more, but I'm going to stop. Beautiful. I hope that has dropped you in into your power at this time, into your own personal power to create the life you want, just exactly as you are, where you are.